We tried to cover all the features and routing methods in the previous video, and today let's perform the demonstration for Azure Front Door. Hello everyone, my name is Arun and let's get started. So I'm on my Azure portal. As you can see, I search Azure Front Door here. Just type front door. You can see here, click on that. You have this window from where you can add the front door. Before I complete this configuration, just wanted to show you I have these two VM in two different regions. This is in Australia East and this is the public IP with this VM. And if I try to browse it, there is an IIS configured. Similarly, I have one more VM in West US, and here there is a web form. See, you can see. So I got two VMs in two different regions and two different IIS configurations. One has the default page and another one has the web form. All right, so let's get started. Let's type in the resource group. Then we need to go for the configuration. Yes, it looks like this. There are like 3 steps: front-end, domains, back-end, and the routing rules. A little different from the other load balancing configurations that we have done. So let's see what is there. You need to click on the add at the top right corner of this box right here. Now it is asking what name you gonna provide as a host name, and you can also, once this is configured, we can use this host name to check if it is doing or forwarding the traffic to the right backend. Okay, so let's give it a name. Let's do demo is happening, or we can give the name of our channel. Okay, now the next option is session affinity. We talked about it. If we want to assign session to a particular backend and it would stay there with the help of generated cookies, so that's the session affinity. We also have WAF here, so we don't need right now, so it is disabled. Session affinity for WAF, it has already been covered. You can use WAF with front door. It provides centralized protection on your web applications, and WAF defends your web services against common exploits and vulnerabilities. We all know that. Okay, so right now it is disabled, but you can also enable, you can assign the policy, you can customize the rules, and these policies can be of two types, like detection mode or prevention mode. Anybody who has worked on WAF or configured WAF, they know detection mode, when you find it out like what is happening. WAF doesn't take any other actions other than monitors and log the request. Okay, you can see under the diagnostic section like what is happening. In prevention mode, it would take the necessary actions. Okay, cool. So we are keeping it disabled right now, so let's add. Now the second is backend pools. Click on plus. Here we can add the backend pools, give the name of the backend pools, just like the other load balancers we have done. So let me call it backends. I'm going to add, now here is something interesting that you can see. All these things could be used as a backend with when you configure the front door. Okay, so there are so many options that you have. You can put traffic manager as well as the backend. Okay, so we are using the public IP address. That means you can also utilize the on-prem machine as well. So click public IP address. This is our ARGVM, this one, which has a web form running. Okay, now you can see both the ports and priority and wait. Right now we have not defined anything, so it is the default. All the backend would have the same priority and the same wait. We already know priority and wait, we covered in app gateway as well, so we know how it works. So right now let it be default and add another backend server. That would be this one. Okay, everything would remain the same. You can see priority 1, wait 50, add. Now you can come to health probes. We talked about that. It sends periodic HTTP and HTTPS probe request to each of your configured backend to determine the proximity and the health of each backend to load balance your end user request. You click here and you can read more about it. Okay, so front end uses the response of these health probes to determine what is the best backend to which it should route real client request. All right, and there are two methods of the probe: head and get. In head you won't receive the message body, so that's what it is. And we have load balancing, latency, sensitivity, successful sample request, sample size. Okay, so if you click here, say latency sensitivity for identifying backend with least latency. Right now we have not configured it, so it is the default value. We talked about it. There are like 4 methods right now: priority, wait, latency. You can also utilize the session affinity, though it's not like that, but yes, you can send the traffic to some particular backend. So let's click add. Now here are the routing rules that we can define. Click on add, you can give it a name. Okay, it accepts we have not configured ACE to HTTP only. Okay, now here is the URL path-based routing that you can define. Any particular front end, give it a path, it will go to this backend kind of thing. Okay, we do have URL rewrite and caching here. So this front door supports URL rewrite by allowing you to configure an optional custom forwarding path. If I enable, you can do that. Okay, and the powerful part of URL rewrite using custom forwarding path is that it will copy any part of the incoming path that matches to a wildcard path. That means it could be xyz slash asterisk or xyz slash abc slash asterisk, like any path. Okay, that makes it really powerful. And the caching, well, front door is a modern CDN. Okay, and so along with the dynamic site acceleration and load balancing, it also supports caching behavior just like any other CDN, along with all the features like you can purge, you can define TTL and all. And if it is disabled, the requests that match to this routing rule will not attempt to use cached content and instead will always fetch from the backend. Okay, you can add, now review and create. It will validate first and then you can create it. It wouldn't take that long. Okay, so let's wait. Once it is done, we'll do a testing and also check all the settings on the front door. Okay, it's in progress. All right, folks, I'm back, and it took a while, but now we have our front door with us. Let's click here and let's see what all settings we have here on the front door. It seems not much of a settings. Here is the monitoring part that we always find in all the Azure resources. You can configure alert, metrics, diagnostic settings that you can configure too. And under the overview page, we have almost all the settings here. Like this is our fronted host that we need to browse to check if things are happening. We have one pool, one routing rule that you can also see under front door designer, and you can also configure or change from here. Okay, and here is the WAF. You can also add a policy here after creating one. We talked about that during the creation and in the previous videos as well. So this is the demonstration part. That's what is happening right now. Let me try to access this. Okay, it says not available right now. Seems something is wrong with the Microsoft services. Or let me try it with, okay, see, there we go. What was happening, because it has HTTPS and I don't have that configured, so that's why I type this, and this is the web uh, form that was on our ARGVM. We can see that is happening, and this is our IAS. Once I refresh it, it is happening because it says here IAS. The snap is because we did not define any kind of priority or latency or things like that. We just did the default ruling and it worked. So that's all about the demonstration. It's not, we did a lot deeper. We did not dig a lot deeper, but we have covered a lot of things, almost all the things in the previous videos where we talked about the features, routing methods, and other stuff. So that's all about it. Well, thank you for watching and you have a good day. Bye bye.